see you all today. Thank you for being here. Give yourselves a round of applause for being here. Thanks. Now, how many of you have ever been to a yoga class? Most of you. Good. Did you bring your yoga mat? Well, we're going to do a little bit of yoga here. I want you all to close your eyes just for a moment and focus on your breathing. And to see what you notice. And now I want you to take a nice deep breath. Breathe all the way down into the bottom of your lungs. Think about breathing all the way down into your hips. Breathing all the way up, filling your lungs just like a balloon all the way up to your collarbone. And now exhale completely. Finally bringing your belly button into your spine. And now you can open your eyes. How we do anything is how we do everything. And how you breathe is how you live your life. And yoga isn't just what we do on the mat. It's a philosophy and it's a way of life. I even ask my yoga students many times, what's mind-body integration? Anybody have an idea what mind-body integration is, really? Well, yoga comes from a Sanskrit word, and it means, the Sanskrit word is yug, and that means to unite. And when we unite our minds, our bodies, and our spirits, and get them all working on the same plane, that's the only way you can have complete and total health. Somebody asked me today if I would tell you about my story a little bit, about my story and how mind-body integration has affected my life and my health, and why I talk about it to people and bring it to people today. Is that okay with y'all? Great. Well, I'm going to share something with y'all, and I hope you're surprised. I turned 56 yesterday. Now, that's not the best part. The best part is that at 46, I looked about 15 years older than I look today. I was obese, and my health wasn't that great. My life was a mess. And I learned in my own transformation process that you can't change what's going on your outside without changing what's going on the inside. How many of you know somebody that's been on a diet for about 10 years and they weigh about the same thing or maybe a little bit more? Well, I weighed about 175 pounds back then, and I didn't even recognize the matronly woman that stared back from the mirror. And somebody very smart that I've studied and I've become a student of, and I actually teach his courses now, Deepak Chopra, said something that was really important to me. And it's important to every one of you to understand this. Whatever your quality of life, whether you're looking at your wealth, your health, the size of your body, is a product of your experiences over your last 10 years. And we're not just talking about if it's your weight or your body, what you've put inside your mouth and how much you've exercised, but you have to metabolize every single whiff of an experience. Every single thing that you smell, you taste, you feel, your emotions. My students come to a yoga class, and when we give ourselves a scan, you might feel this little tightness, in your shoulder or something. And you think it's a muscle tightness, but it's probably something you carried in from your day. It might be some tightness because you don't like the person in the cubicle next to you, or it might have been traffic. You have to metabolize all those things. So that little bitty discomfort eventually becomes dis-ease, and if you don't metabolize it, become aware of it and let it go, then eventually what happens? You manifest disease. 75% of our diseases that we're dealing with in this lifetime are either from stress or lifestyle choices we've made. So 10 years ago, not only was I doing yoga, but I started studying and paying attention to the experiences and the quality of my life. And made a huge difference. And I love talking to people and sharing this with others because I'm one of those people, if I find something good, I want to share it with everybody. You know that lady on the block, right? Well, I finally found a way to get paid for that. As a matter of fact, how many of you have kids? And how many of you ever had the experience of saying either mom or dad, you've told me that before. Yeah. Well, now I get to stand up and tell the same stories over and over and over again and get paid for it. So, a lot of people, I do wellness coaching as well. And I've coached hundreds and thousands of people. Not only did I lose more than 45 pounds and turn my health at 45 totally around, so that at 56, I'm healthier and I'm healthier, my energy's better, and kind of hate to say this, but I think I look better than I did when I was in my 30s. You know, I'm never going to be long-legged and blonde, but still. And as I've coached people, you know, their diets and diets and diets, and sometimes we just can't cue in quite to what our body is telling us. So we need some strategies. And I do have a nutrition program. It's on my website, and you can go and download that for free. If you go to www.krice.com, under weight and nutrition, right now that's under resources. It's very simple. You know, it's a matter of doing the right things in the right order. It's not that hard. It's about working smarter, not harder. I teach people how to manage their weight through blood sugar stabilization, small meals throughout the day in the right ratios. It's not that hard. And believe me, I've tried many, many, many diets. But that's available on my website. You can go and download that for free. A book is in progress, and the first version of that will be an ebook, and you will also be able to download that for free because that's information I want everybody to have. And next, I want to tell y'all something really exciting. I've studied the Eastern philosophies extensively through the Chopra Center, through becoming a meditation instructor, through Ayurveda, and also being a yoga instructor. It fits hand in hand with exercise physiology. As a matter of fact, my master's degree is in exercise physiology, and I found that to be kind of the missing component because you can tell yourself what you should be doing, what you should be eating, but until you bring that other component in it and address your whole being, not just what's going on with your body, but also your mind and your spirit, you're kind of just shooting all over yourself. And so this has a lot to do with the energy body, and I've just had the opportunity and been invited to go to Peru for several months next year. And I've been studying the Indian traditions, and I've learned that the Indian traditions are very much like the Ayurvedic traditions and the shaman healing. They also believe and address your light energy field or your energy body. And part of what they acknowledge is we're much bigger. You know, our physical bodies is our most dense aspect of ourselves, and we're manifesting our physical body by our experiences. Well, the shamans agree with that, and they talk about the light energy field, and Peru is going to be an awesome place to go in 2012 because you know the Mayan calendar and the Inca calendar end. So, you know, where else to go? But I've been invited to go for several months. I'm going to be studying the Indian traditions, and at the end of that time, I'm going to invite a group to come down with me. I'm going to be staying at a healing center. And I would like to invite anybody who's interested, just watch me on my blog, because I'm going to post, or on Facebook, because I'm going to post lots of pictures. I'm going to share everything, because that's what I like to do. And at the very end, I'm going to invite a group to come down with me. And so if you might think you would like to hike the Inca Trail for 4 days to go to Machu Picchu with me, then follow me on my blog. Or if you'd like to go to the Amazon, and if you don't want to hike for 4 days and not have a good shower, you can take the train up. So I'd like to invite you to do that as well. So thank you all so much for letting me share a little bit of my experiences and myself with you, and I hope and I pray that each of you will find something of value. Thank you very much.